When something awful happens and someone says, well, it could be worse, do you feel like screaming? Yeah, maybe it could be worse, but that doesn't mean this isn't hard. This phrase can make you feel dismissed, like your pain doesn't count, or you're not allowed to feel angry or upset. But your feelings are valid. You're allowed to be angry, frustrated, sad, feel lost about what's happened. You're allowed to hurt even if it could be worse. This tapping session is here to help you release the frustration of being minimized, acknowledging what you're truly feeling, and help you let that anger move through safely without denying your experience or suppressing your truth. If you'd like, you can see the description box in the science on how this helps to release emotional charges and rewire our neural pathways. So before we begin, rate yourself. How strong is this anger or frustration when someone says that on a scale of 1 to 10, and we'll check back in after. If you get emotional during this, just keep tapping and breathing. That's your body processing, and it's a good thing. When you're ready to get back to repeating after me again, you can. And if there's something specific people have been saying this to you about, you can really focus in on that, and it does help clear that out. So here we go. Just tap with and repeat after me. Even though people telling me it could be worse makes me want to scream. I deeply and completely love and honor myself. Even though I feel dismissed and unseen when people tell me it could be worse. I honor how angry and hurt I feel that they said that, and how I feel about what happened. Even though it probably could be worse, that still doesn't make this okay. And I give myself permission to feel what I feel. Even though I'm tired of being told to look on the bright side when I just want to be heard. I choose to honor my feelings and support myself in my truth. It could be worse. Ooh, I hate hearing that. Feels like my pain doesn't matter. Feels like I'm being told to shut up and be grateful. Yeah, maybe it could be worse, but that doesn't mean it's fine. I'm angry that people can't just let me feel what I feel. Why do I have to minimize my feelings to make others comfortable? This whole thing hurts. Being told to brush it off just makes it worse. I don't want toxic positivity or negativity. I just want understanding. I'm angry, I'm hurt, I'm tired. And that's okay. It's okay that I'm angry when they say this. It's okay that I don't want to find a silver lining. Not right now. Yeah, it could be worse, but I don't need to compare pain to validate mine. Pain is pain. Sadness is sadness. I'm allowed that. I can allow my anger to exist without guilt. And it's okay to let this anger move through me now. I give myself permission to feel and heal. Yep, it could be worse, but it sucks right now, and it's okay to validate that. I'm choosing to honor my emotions without making them smaller or easier for anyone else. I'm safe to feel what I feel fully, completely. I'm allowed to feel anger, hurt, sadness, anything else. My emotions are valid. So I choose to let it all move through me now. I choose to validate and understand myself instead of minimizing myself. I don't have to be okay right away. I just have to be real and give myself space to heal. I choose calm and honesty over forced positivity. I drop any guilt over the emotions I'm feeling. I honor my pain. I trust I can handle my emotions one at a time. I'm releasing any need to minimize my feelings. I am safe to feel any emotion that comes up. I let go of any pressure to be okay faster. I'm validating my own feelings now. It might be worse, but that doesn't mean this isn't hard. I'm allowed to say that and feel what comes with it. I honor exactly where I am as I continue healing every day. Take a deep breath. See where you are on that 1 to 10 scale. When people tell us it could be worse, they mean well. But what we really need is someone to say, yeah, that's awful. I'm so sorry you're going through that. And you deserve that kind of understanding, especially from yourself. So just know that you don't have to rush your emotions. They're valid, so are you. And, of course we want to move through anger and hurt and sadness and pain, but, if adding on the anger or the feelings of betrayal or annoyance because someone is telling you, it could be worse, doesn't help. So if we can let go of the anger at that and just see it for what it is, somebody trying to help. And then, when we can get rid of any negative feelings towards their saying that, then at least now we're back at the original issue and we can work on whatever pain or sadness or betrayal, is having people say it could be worse. Because, sometimes, of course, in very easy things, you can look at something and go, well, it could be worse, and that's easy enough. But when it's something big and emotional, painful or life-altering, or just you're really disappointed because you didn't get the job that you wanted, or you didn't get invited to something you thought you were going to, something along those lines, that's not the time to use "it could be worse." It could be worse is, if you're going, say on, I don't know, a hike or something like that, and everybody realizes, about halfway through it's going to rain for like 10 minutes, but everybody has the gear for that, or, it's going to rain at the beginning of the day, or, so we can't go out till an hour or two later. Then you could say, it could be worse. You look at the weather for your vacation, the holiday you're going to go on, and 2 of the days it kind of pours rain, and you can look at it and go, that could be way worse. We'll use those days to go to these indoor museums or whatever it is that we wanted to do. That's an okay, but if you're going on the one-time trip of a lifetime kind of thing to Hawaii and, or to Bali or whatever, and then you find out they have 3 storms back to back and it's raining the whole time, that is not the time you want to hear it could be worse. Like, could it? I mean, sure, I could have gotten there and then it could have all started and I could be caught in a hurricane and a flood and but I'm really kind of disappointed. I had all these things I want to do and I needed to be sunny on those days to go do those things, or, it's situational dependent. But if you're here, or it could be those situations where it really is okay to say it, but because you were constantly told this as a child or constantly told this in a marriage or a relationship, it could be worse. It could be your reaction to the phrase may just kind of set your teeth on edge. Totally understandable. So again, if you could be here and drop it down to, drop that down to a 0, then, it's much easier to go on to whatever the issue is that somebody told you about, that it could be worse. Or if it's just, you realize it's anytime somebody says the words, then you can just bring yourself calm to those words. And, although I would then maybe say what else is it that triggered that? Was it an abusive relationship or abusive childhood? And maybe work on more of those things, because that way any of those little triggers, you can begin to unravel them so that you're not carrying it all through life with you. So definitely give this a couple times until you find yourself at that 0, and then come back if you ever need it again. If you realize sometime in the future suddenly it's annoying you again, you can come back because you've rewritten those pathways in your mind once. And so when you start to do it again, your brain goes, oh yeah, I remember, we flipped a switch there for whatever reason, the same way the first time. And, now we'll swap it back and, remember that, I don't need to be angry at that. That's their words or their, and also maybe find the words to be able to tell them, could you not say that to me? I really hate that. Or, that's not helping right now. So if you don't want to actually listen to what I'm feeling and emotions, that's fine. And I can go find another friend or, talk to a therapist or journal about it, or, but that's not helping. And you deserve to be able to set that boundary and say that to someone. So, if this helped, please do like and comment. It does help get me out there in the algorithm and put me hopefully in front of somebody else who may need the same content. And if you subscribe, you'll get notified of new videos. And I hope you have an amazing day. Take care of yourself. Later.